Good afternoon. I'm down just below Shaw's Bridge, and here we have the Lockeeper's cottage, and here we have along the towpath to my right a lighter or barge that used to ply the Lagan waters, pulling coal as its main stuff to bring up and down the Lagan. It brought coal up to the likes of Coal Island along up at Lough Neagh, right from the port of Belfast. This is an old lighter. It is 150 years old approximately, and it was discovered by the Lagan Canal Trust, or whatever they're called, down on the River Shannon a few years back, and they have managed to bring it all the way back to its home at on the Lagan, and it will become an educational a base for this area. It will show what it was like for a family who lived on a lighter going up and down the Lagan all those years ago. And this has been done by Castlereagh Borough Council, one of the good things that they have done. And there's all the details about it up there on a wee bit of bump. What do I say? To get a better view. Right, this particular lighter was called, or is called, the Industry. It's not a good name for a lighter or a barge. And it's just in dock number 3 along the Lagan here, opposite the Lockeeper's inn or cottage. Any more details? It was discovered down on the banks of the Shannon, and it was rotting away, and it is being restored and refurbished by the Lagan Restoration Trust in conjunction with Castlereagh Council. So absolutely wonderful, and it will be used as an educational facility along the Lagan here, and obviously it'll bring more people to see it, and it'll be good for a wee bit of tourism and whatnot. Excellent work being done on this old lighter, and in fact this morning we came across a man who told us that his grandfather worked on one of these lighters all those years ago, and he can remember going through the different docks and weirs along the Lagan as a boy. So that was something, talking to that gentleman this morning who's now in his 70s. The barge or lighter called Industry, and we're on the Lagan at the Lockeeper's cottage just below Shaw's Bridge. Come and see it for yourself, why don't you? So I'm going to swing round, and here we are actually just up a bit from the Lockeeper's cottage, and here's the lock leading on up the Lagan, and just thought I'd show you that while we were here. And then I'm going to swing round and show you the very famous Lockeeper's cottage. But before I do that, there's can you make out the horse that has been chiselled out of that these old sleepers? Coming round, and here we have the Lockeeper's cottage, a bit of our history preserved. I'll just move round and let you see it at Shaw's Bridge, Lockeeper's cottage, and quite a large family grew up in this cottage. There's youngsters running about the place, and just a quick view inside it. The Lockeeper's cottage. And there's the lady.
There's the Lockeeper.
You'll obviously not want to be on the film. I'll just swing round and see the fireplace. How many people lived in this cottage?
In the last family there were 12.
12. And the youngsters obviously lived upstairs. And
2 bedrooms upstairs for the children.
Yes. My goodness. And obviously no inside water facilities.
No water, no electricity.
No water, no electricity. Oh my goodness. Early to bed in those days. No TV or video games or DVD or laptop.
And they had to walk up through the forest to Beaver House to get their drinking water from their well.
My goodness gracious. My goodness. But this is... there must have been a run. There must have been the mum and dad must have sent them out through the front door as early as possible in the morning to get rid of them.
Well, they had to walk 3 miles to school.
Well, the nearest school would have been up at Newton Breda or
it was Ballylesson.
Ballylesson, I know.
And then they had to walk 3 miles home from school. Then they had their chores to do.
Oh my goodness.
So the children were rarely in the house. It's
yes.
not like nowadays.
Yes. The house was basically used for sleeping purposes.
Yes.
They would have had a market garden of sorts out the back, I presume.
Yes, they grew their own vegetables.
Yes.
He grew flowers and sold them to folk along the towpath to supplement his income.
And how many years ago before the house was last occupied?
1993.
93, as late as that? My goodness. Listen, thank you very much. I
You're
do wee videos.